Hey guys, so it's Miss Nieto, and we are going to be doing our reading mini lesson. And so, guys, we have been talking about this week and last week informational text structures, and we talked about what are text structures. So they are the way an author organizes their writing, and we talked about why is it important for us to know the text structures, and we talked about how it helps us better understand what we are reading, and it helps us by understanding what the author is writing about. Okay, so it helps us understand what we're reading and the information that the author is giving us. So we went over 5 different text structures. We went over description, sequence, compare and contrast, cause and effect, and problem solution. So remember, for a description, it is going to provide details and characteristics about a topic. Okay, so for instance, if you are reading something and it's talking about horses and it's just giving you details about them, maybe what they look like, what do they eat, any type of details about that animal, or maybe it's talking about a sport like soccer, and it's just describing, maybe the different positions that a soccer team has. So anything that's giving details about a topic is going to be description. Okay, so it's describing that thing, details. Also, like if they're telling you facts. So some of the words we can use to help us identify that this is description, it may have most importantly, for example, for instance, in fact. And then guys, you can always look at the sheets that you have that I sent home with y'all for those keywords. Sequence. This tells the order in which events occur or steps in a process. So anytime you're reading something about a person, if they're going over a person's life and they're giving you dates, like in 1980, he was born. In 1989, he graduated college. In 1990, he got married. So anything that's listing dates, and it's going over someone's life, that sequence, if it's something that happened in history, maybe they want to talk about some event that happened, maybe like the Civil War, and they're talking about the dates of when those events happened. Maybe it's talking about when ice cream was invented, and same in 1922 was the first time ice cream was made. In 1930 is when they started, so different things like that. If it's listing dates, if it's telling you steps in a process, like if it's telling you how to do something, how to make something. Think about the passage where it talks about the mouse and how you can tame a mouse and the different steps. Maybe it's telling you how to babysit and the first thing you need to do. So anything that's giving you directions on how to follow to make an item, or if it's giving you dates, talking about someone's life, talking about an event that happened in history, and it's listing the different dates. Okay. Compare and contrast. This one's like my favorite. Show similarities and differences between two or more things. So this is where we're just comparing two objects, and we're talking about how are they similar, how are they different. So kind of like if we wanted to know about a dolphin and a shark, how are they the same and how are they different? Okay, so if you're reading and it's giving you two options and it's telling you how are they similar and how are they different, that is compare and contrast. Cause and effect tells what happens and why it happened. Okay, so what happened? Guys, this one is can be a little bit challenging to figure out. I sometimes have trouble with cause and effect. Okay, so it's going to list, it's going to tell you the cause, so what happened, and it's going to tell you why it happened. Okay, and then problem and a solution. So think about fiction. We know that stories have a problem and we know that they get solved. So some informational text that you read, it's going to state a problem, and then it's going to talk about how it was solved or how it can be solved. Okay, so provides a problem and describes how it can be solved, or how they did solve it. So we're going to go to the computer and we are going to go over I'm going to read some passages and we're going to try to figure out what type of text structure they are. And then you will have a quick quiz to take in your second assignment to see who understood the different text structures. Okay, guys, so we're back and we just went over the different types of text structure. So let's do some practice before I have you do a quick quiz over the different structures. So we're going to read a short little, I don't even know if I want to call it a passage, but a short little, like some couple of sentences and figure out what the text structure is. So let's start out. So the Vancouver Island marmot is a kind of large rodent that lives high in the mountains of Vancouver Island in Canada. Climate change and logging have caused a large decrease in their population. Scientists believe that there are less than 100 of them left in the wild. So, which text structure is used in the paragraph? So let's kind of look back at this. Cause and effect. Is it comparing two things? No. B, description. Is it describing? So our topic is the marmot, the Vancouver Island marmot. That is our topic. Okay, is it describing that topic? No, it's not telling us details about it. Cause and effect. So is it telling us is it telling us something that happened and why it happened? Okay, possibly. I see the word caused. So that word kind of jumps out at me as that is a signal word for cause and effect. D is sequence. Is it putting something in order? No. Okay. So cause and effect is our answer. Now let's look at this. I'm going to look at this sentence specifically. Climate change and logging have caused a large decrease in population. So climate change and logging is our cause. That's what that is why it happened. And large decrease in their population is the effect. So the effect, this is what happened. A large decrease in their population is what happened. Why it happened was because climate change and logging. That's why it happened. Okay, so that one is cause and effect. Let's look at another one. So this one says, I do my chores each Saturday. First, I fold the laundry and put it away. Then I sweep and mop the kitchen floor. After that, I empty all the garbage cans and the recycling. Finally, when all of my chores are finished, I can go outside and play. So let's look to see what our topic is doing my chores. Okay? So, let's see which text structure is used in the paragraph. Compare and contrast. Are we comparing two things or more? No. Description. Is it describing her doing her chores? Possibly. Problem and solution. Is it giving me a problem and then solving it? No. And then sequence. So let's look at sequence. Description is it provides details or characteristics about a topic. Is it giving us details about chores? No. Sequence, yes, because look, I have the word first, then, after, finally. So it's talking about all the chores she's doing and the order that she did them in. So D is our answer. Sequence. It's telling us the steps in the process of her doing her chores. First, I folded the laundry, then I swept and mopped. After that, I emptied the garbage, and finally, when all my chores are finished, I go outside and play. Okay? Let's look at this one. Did you know that not all desserts are hot? Both hot and cold desserts are very... Oh, sorry. Deserts. I'm sorry. Oh, Miss Nieto. Did you know that not all deserts are hot? Both hot and cold deserts are very dry. But unlike hot deserts, cold deserts have long winters when the temperature can reach below freezing. Cold deserts also get a great deal of snow, which is certainly not true for hot deserts. So which text structure is used in the paragraph? So A, compare and contrast. So are they talking about two different things? Yeah, they're talking about hot and cold deserts. Okay? And I see the word unlike. They are very dry, but unlike hot desert, cold deserts have long winters. Okay? So this possibly could be it. B, cause and effect. Is it giving us a cause? Is it giving us a cause and effect? Is it giving us the effect of what happened and the cause of why it happened? No. Problem solution. Is it telling us a problem and how they solved it? No. Description. Is it describing, guys, when it's a description, it's only going to be talking about one topic. So is it talking about one topic? It's talking about deserts, but it's talking about hot and cold deserts. So no. So A, it's comparing the two. Okay. Number 4. Spending too much time in the sun can lead to sunburn, dehydration, and even skin cancer. One way to prevent these problems is to make sure that you wear sunscreen whenever you are outside. It is also a good idea to avoid being outside during the hottest part of the day, between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. So we are talking about spending time outside. So which text structure is used in this paragraph? Compare and contrast. Are we comparing two different topics or two different things? No. Description. Are we describing something? Is this giving us details and descriptions about a topic? No. Problem solution. Do we have a problem? It says right here, problems, and it talks about spending too much time in the sun. Spending too much time in the sun can lead to sunburns, dehydration, and even skin cancer. So those are our problem. Our problem is when you spend too much time in the sun, you can get sunburn, dehydration, and even cancer. Okay, so one way to prevent these problems is to make sure you wear sunscreen. So our solution is to make sure that you wear sunscreen. Okay, so our answer is C. It's not D because it's not putting anything, it's not listing anything in order. It's not listing an event in order or steps in a process. Okay, so guys, as we're reading this, you got to look for clue words. You got to see what is it talking about. And the best way to do that, guys, is to do what I'm showing you. Go through each answer choice and go back and look, like cause and effect. Is it telling me two different things? You have to look at each answer choice and talk through it and see, is it showing you those things? If it's not showing you those things, then you know that's not your answer. So the Space Needle was built in 1962 in Seattle, Washington for the World's Fair. It is 605 feet tall from the ground to the aircraft warning beacon at the very top. Visitors can ride an elevator to the observation deck at 520 feet. They can also dine in a revolving restaurant near the top of the needle. Okay, so I know that my topic is the Space Needle. Okay, so let's look at which text structure is being used. So I'm going to walk through each answer choice. A, compare and contrast. Is it comparing two or more things? Is it telling me how two things are similar and different? No. It's only talking about the Space Needle. Description. Does it provide details or characteristics about a topic? It could be. It's talking about the Space Needle. It's telling me that It is 600 feet tall. You can ride an elevator to the observation deck. You can dine in a revolving restaurant. So those are all details. Problem and solution. Does it give me a problem? I don't see a problem. And then sequence. Is it telling the order in which events occurred? No. So B, it is a description. It's providing me details about a topic. So it's giving me facts about a topic. Okay. So we have gone over all 5 of these. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a quick quiz. It's going to have 12 questions. Okay. And you're going to have 12 questions and you're going to have to answer them. So you're going to have some where I'm going to give you, I may say, which text structure provides details or characteristics about a topic. You would pick description. And then you're going to have some questions like we just did where I'm going to give you a small little passage and then you're going to have to figure out the text structures. Guys, do what I did. Before you mark an answer, go through them and talk about, if this is compare and contrast, it's going to talk about 2 topics it's going to talk about 2 items and they're going to be telling me how are they alike and how are they different. If it doesn't do that in the passage, then that is not your answer. So walk through each of your answer choices and look at, does it tell you those things? Okay, look for your clue words.